Welcome to the video. My name is Pushpinder Gill and this is going to be my email address where you can send me your valuable feedback. So today we're going to do CAT 2006 and question number 56. So this was the sixth question in the quantitative section for the CAT, the common admission test. So let's see how difficult it is, right? Which is usually said. The group of 630 children is arranged in rows for a group of photograph session. Each row contains 3 fewer children than the row in front of it. What is the possible number? Which number of rows is not possible? So since you see this question, there are 630 children, and they have to be arranged in some rows, and each row would contain 3 less children as compared to the row in front of it. So that means if I assume that there are X children in the first row, in the second row there would be 3 fewer children than it, because there would be 3 fewer children in this row as compared to the row in front of it. Similarly for the third row it would be this. Similarly for the fourth row it would be this. Similarly for the fifth row it would be this. And for the sixth row it would be this. And for the seventh row this would be this. I can tell you a lot of cool ways of solving these questions, right? Which will make you go like, wow, that was so easy. But you know, the concept that I'm supposed to teach you should be such concepts that you go there and you're able to apply those concepts by yourself in the test. You know, not just watching me doing those big concepts and that trickery and going there and not able to use that. So let's see now he's saying which of the following rows are not possible. So it's 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. Okay, now let's go ahead and start this question. Let me assume that there are 3 rows. So if there are 3 rows, that means some of this. Now you can see that whenever there are group of children or group of adults, you can see that they can't be half a children in a row, isn't it? So that this X has to be an integer. This cannot be a fraction. So let's suppose if this and this summation is equal to 630, you can very well see that this 9 when it goes there and this 3x will be divisible by 3, isn't it? Even if you want to see it, this plus this would be 3x minus 9, and this is going to be equal to 630, which is possible because this is divisible by 3, this is divisible by 3, and this 3 when it divides the expression, it will be divisible by 3, and I'll get x as an integer. So that means this cannot be my answer. So this question is all about adding up these numbers and then checking whether that number will give me an integer or not. So if I see that there are 4 people in the row, let's suppose there are 4 rows, so I have to consider these 4 rows. So if I add this is going to give me 18. So 630 plus 18 would give me what? It is going to give me 648, right? So as you know that the divisibility rule of 4 means if the last 2 digits are divisible by 4, that means the number will be divisible by 4. So the last 2 digits are divisible by 4 here, 48. That means it will also give me x as an integer. So if I go ahead and try to use 5, I have to go ahead and check 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these 5 numbers. So if I add all of them, so that gives me 30. 3 plus 6 plus 9 plus 12. So 600 plus 30 is going to give me 660, which is again divisible by 5. That means I can struck this off easily again, right? Now it's my turn to check this option. Now I already know that sum till here is 30. So sum till here will be 45, and I'll get 630 plus 45. As you can clearly see, it will be an odd number, isn't it? You don't even need to add it. Okay, I'll add it for you guys. It's 675. Now 675, it's not divisible by 6. So which means that there can't be 6 rows. You know, the 6 rows are not possible if you want to keep this condition intact, because number of children in each row can't be a fraction, because you can't have half a children in a row, isn't it? So this has to be an integer, and 6 is not giving me an integer. Now you should stop here. You know, just for your curiosity, you can check 7 as well. No problem at all, but 6 is going to be your answer, right? So let me just take a quick recap what we did. It said 630 children are to be arranged in rows for a photograph session, and each row contains 3 fewer children than the row in front of it. So if the first row contains x children, then the next row contains x minus 3, then x minus 6, then x minus 9. So I assume that, let's suppose there are 3 rows, and that gives me that number of children in each row to be an integer. Similarly, with 4 as well, I get an integer. With 5 as well, I get an integer. But with 6, I do not get an integer. So that means that this cannot be the possible rows, so this cannot be the answer, right? So I hope you understood this, and if you've given CAT 2006, I hope you didn't miss this question. It was an easy question, right? So thank you very much, and see you next video.